Okay, this is Grant. So I wanted to introduce you to a way to use TM2 for oil. So trading the CL contract on the futures. So if you've been watching any of the other videos on E-minis, you've noticed that I've done a two-step system. Well, it's the same here with the oil, but there's just a little difference here, and that difference is that it not only can use the magenta arrows, but also the yellow arrows, as well as arrows that are down here on this indicator below. All right, and so that's the rule. It's the block with the dot, and then any arrow. All right, so the block must have a dot in it, and then an arrow that's up here on a candle, or an arrow that's down in here below. So here we are on the futures contract. I trade Pacific time zone. Here it is at 5:20 in the morning. Get a signal right here, comes down, and it doesn't hit my stop, so I don't actually take this signal there below, but actually follow it all the way up through. So this translates into a nice ride up. All right, we follow that up. You can see several signals along the way. Here we are coming into the U.S. markets open at 6:30 Pacific time. Not a complete signal here, but here I get a yellow arrow. I also get a yellow down here below, and I get a dot with a circle in it, and this translates into a win, right? Because it doesn't come back up above my stops. Comes down, gets real close though. All right, and then I get another signal here. It translates into a winner here. All right, and then you close out right there. Here's another one. Now, quite frankly, this one right here was actually, according to my stop rules, so this one right here come back up against my stops right there. Now here I've got a magenta arrow at 7:30, but it's not a block with a dot in it. But here I get a yellow, and I get a block with a dot, and take that for a win. Let's move on over here in the CL contract for more trading opportunities. Here we go. This is at 7:39. Wonderful signal there. Great profit there. Come up to right here. Now you notice that there's not an arrow right here on the candle, but I get an arrow down here with a block and a dot. Take that as a signal. Here we've got at 8:07 an arrow on the candle and a block with a dot. Take that. Translates into a nice win down here below. Here we are coming up into 8:46. We get a yellow arrow here with a block. Now, these are different forms of momentum that are lining up with other key multi-time frame indications that say this is a high probability move, and up she goes. All right, now come into the lunchtime right here. Lots of times the CL contract will continue to trade during that, so I will often do that while the E-minis are resting. So you can see, but what's interesting is I did get a loss right there. All right, but then coming back here to 10 o'clock, carried on down. Let's just look at a few more here. Coming into the middle of the day, of course, 10:30, another signal that's good. Here's a loss, so that's 3 losses. Here's another nice signal with a nice profit right there. And then we come into right here, we get another at 11:28, and follow that on up and through, and we'll just wrap it up to right there. Okay, so I wanted to introduce this to you, that the TM2 system has the ability to deliver the trade indications for the CL contract. Thanks for joining.